What's up, people? Welcome back to Night Souls, the Demon Souls Beginner's Walkthrough Guide. I am Old Spy, and we are ready to jump back in to the Archstone of the Tower Queen. Actually, we're ready to jump in for the first time. We've hit up the first two Archstones. We only went one level in. We're 2 levels into the first one level into the second one. And we're going to go ahead and knock out the first level of this Archstone. So let's go ahead and head right in here. So I will say, as we're loading in, this is probably the first area that will give new players a little bit of trouble and a little bit of frustration. But we're going to go ahead and take it nice and slow, and we're going to make our way through. And hopefully we will not get caught up in that frustration whatsoever. So the first thing you can see is that we're now in a sort of prison, and we got these guys strolling around with their lanterns on the other side. That is one of the scariest enemies in the game, one of the most dangerous enemies in the game, and we're gonna go ahead and take them out. So what you want to avoid first and foremost is line of sight until you're ready to attack. You want them to get as close as possible, and when they turn around and no line of sight, that's when you attack. All right, so we're hidden. Bam, now we're gonna go in. 4 swings, down he goes. The second swing staggered him. Ooh, gotta equip my glasses. The second one staggered him, so that interrupted his attack, which they have pretty much 3 attacks. They have a shockwave that knocks you down, and they'll use that to close the distance on you. They have like an electric shock, which will freeze you in place, and then they have their rushing kind of grab attack, which does a ton of damage. And the problem with them is once they get you with one attack, they're really, really good at keeping you in a loop where you can't get out of it until you're dead. So they just keep cycling between the knockdown, the shock, and the grab attack. Now, as we go through here, you're going to see there's going to be some items in these cells. Most of them, in my opinion, is not worth the hassle, because there's a couple of them where you're going in with a bunch of enemies, and the item just is not worth it. So you're going to see some items that I'm going to walk by, and feel free to adventure in and grab them. I'm just not going to do it for the sake of this playthrough, because none of them are necessary for us. So we got another guy coming up here. You can hear him ringing his bell. We're going to hang out at this corner. And really all we need to do is get close to him now. Alright, so we got the jump on him. Woo-hoo-hoo. That was close. For whatever reason, we didn't stagger him that time, but we did it. So we're not going to complain about it. But if that happens to you, you can kind of pull back a little bit, wait till he comes down and returns, and then catches back. Alright, so we can see we got another one. We also got this guy who I believe gets a bit pushy. So we're going to kill him before he pushes us off that break there. Alright, so you can see he's up ahead of us. Don't rush it. Take your time. We're going to go just like the other dude. We're going to hit our corner. In fact, this time I think I'm going to two-hand. Let's see if that's might be a better strategy. Yeah, so he's going to come back to us. We're going to lock on so our attacks don't miss. Jump out. Yeah, go ahead and two-hand him. That's much, much better. All right. We got our sets of keys. We'll go ahead and snag this item. By the way, we picked up mercury stone that is used to apply poison. Another one. You got those guys. Alright, so once you have the keys, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning.
Please, help me.
If you want to throw on some wizard's clothes, there you go. Might look nice with that crisp blade that we picked up a little bit ago. Alright, so unlock the first area with those keys. Alright, so looking around is always key. Taking a look, we don't see any of the squid watchmen, the octopus head guys. See, those are the items in there. I'm not going to mess with those items. It's not worth it, in my humble opinion. Same with that one. Okay. You want to turn in here? You can open these. Some of them will poison you, so I'm not going to do that. You can mess with those at your own risk. And we just almost messed up here. Worrying about the Iron Maiden or whatever those things are. Okay. So we got our key. You can't go this way. You keep running, you're not paying attention, you'll fall down. Which doesn't really drop you too far, but you don't die from it, but then you have to go all the way back through. You have to be careful running around like me because it is very easy to hit one of these spots and run right off. All right, so once you unlock this, you want to be really careful right here. This is a tricky part because you've got a couple octopus heads on the other side. We're gonna let him do that. Yep, and now you get to see what happens with these guys. So he's gonna back away. Right? See how he does that? If you stay near him, he's just going to keep you in a cycle. And it's quite annoying, it's quite frustrating, and quite deadly as well. And I can't lock onto him for some reason. There's another one that's going to be roaming around right outside this door. So you can see he's out there. That's why we opened the door. So check to see if you can see him out on the other side before you open that door. Now we're just going to wait for him to come in. Using the thief's ring does help quite a bit. So he's heading back. And I believe that is the last of them for this section here, these two parts of the prison. There's going to be a couple more coming up, but for now, that's it. Alright, so this lovely lady in here
You're an ordinary...
is the resident merchant. Or once again, as most vendors do, they'll sell a little bit of useful items, most of which are customized for this level to help you out. She sells the Moonlight Stone, a couple of weapons here, and this, the Ring of Avarice. So you obtain more souls when slaying enemies. Sounds like a really useful thing. Let's get it. Let's grind out some souls, right? Problem is, if you're paying 50,000 for this ring, you're first of all wasting a ton of souls just to get it, and secondly, you get it for free later on in the level.
I wish to stay here.
This game has a nasty habit of that, of selling you something that you will find shortly down the road. So just be aware of that. I would recommend not purchasing the Ring of Avarice. It's really not worth it. It will be worth it later once we have a nice grind spot where we can get some high souls, some high level souls, and then boost it up with that. But for right now, it's definitely not worth the 50,000 souls. Which you probably don't have anyways, because you can see we only have 5,000 right now. Yeah, there's an NPC there. You want to talk to him? He's your magic guy. We're not going to mess with him. And we don't have the key yet either. Illusory wall. Alright, so those two are locked. We can't get through there yet. Well, that one and this one. But we can open this. Which will allow us to carry on with the level. Alright, so down there is how you continue with the level. And we're going to grab the heavy crossbow and the black bolts. There's an octopus guard right there. But there's really, the only thing that's worth anything out there is an NPC. One that we can't even access because you need white world tendency. So we're not going to go down there, but just know that that's there. I will show you how to beat this guy though if you're having trouble. Same as everybody. Just got to ambush him and that's it. So down at the cell down there at the end is the NPC. He's the guy that's making all the noise. You'll hear him screaming from time to time. Well, we are not going to mess with him. And that's all part of leaving some stuff for you guys to figure out on your own. All right, heading down here. That's him up above us. And I believe, yeah. Silver bracelets, and you got the night set. You can see, pretty crazy scene there. You got the knight holding hands with somebody or something like that. But so if you choose to start off with another class, you can get this set right here from the tower. And I might have to end up dropping it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up having to drop that, which I'll just go ahead and do it anyways because we don't need it. And picking up a great deal of our inventory weight. way too much weight there. We don't need it. Now, that guy, you got to watch out for that guy. Because he hits like a truck. And he also has a magic attack that he does that you can hear him winding up there. That soul arrow. So, I typically don't ever even mess with that guy. Now, Lizard, I like to run after him and miss with that. But you got to be careful. And yeah, I blew it. So that's the idea, not the execution. You run after him, you got to be careful because of that hole. You don't want to run yourself off there. Typically, the running R2 works. Maybe try the running R1 instead. Might be more effective. Yeah, we're not going to mess with that guy. Is an item over here. Known soldiers. So you can kind of see that there's not a whole lot of useful stuff in these cells. I mean, really, if you miss some things, it's really not a big deal. You're not missing out on any real spectacular item or anything like that. You have to watch out for that. We are going to go out here real quick. So this, heading this way, not this way, this way. Heading this way and down the bridge. Behind that ballista tower thing is actually the way you want to go. But we cannot make that run. No matter what you do, you can't make it. So we're going to have to come back. What we can do right now, we can grab that item, which is the... I think it was the one of these cell keys. So that's where you get the key to open up the door to the NPC, the magic character that I showed you had the light. So what you want to do is run across when it's done shooting. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit mixed up here. Drop down here, be careful. At the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And it's another spot where there's no way to get up, or there's no ladder or anything, but your character will automatically climb up. So you can get back up even though it doesn't look like it. Same thing here. And same thing right here. And you can come back and do that later. I for whatever reason, always typically knock it out right there. Oh yeah, this is... Okay. So that's pretty much the bulk of the Tower of Latria. Oops, I see we missed an item here. Just to ease some of your minds, let's go ahead and pick this up. Unknown soldier soul. Proving my point once again, but whatever. Alright, so we're gonna go up. That's where we killed the one guard. And this is where we're gonna progress. So we've got two sides here. And you can see either side has an octopus head guard. Whoa, what the? What in the... That's interesting. Oh, yep. Okay, so he's down there. I don't know why he's firing away like that. Surely he can't see me. So what you want to do here is wait for them to turn around, go back in their room. We're actually just going to ambush them as they come out. Step lightly. Uh-oh. This might... Woohoo! Alright, that was not the best way, but it got the job done. Sometimes it takes a little bit of luck. Alright, this guy, very familiar way. Wait till they're not looking, wait till they've turned a little bit, just rush in, smack them. And two-handing your weapon, once again, makes it much easier because you will stun them every time you hit them. So you kind of get a nice little stun lock, you can combo them till they're dead. Alright. Alright, so here's our bridge that we were just on the other side of. Except this time we got the lever. Shut that down and you don't have to worry about it. It will not start back up. Once it shuts its doors, you're good to pillage this bridge. Soul items. I'll show you guys the ring in just a second. And ephemeral eyes. So the clever rat's ring is the one we just picked up, which attack power increases at 30% or lower HP. So if you want to do a nice little risk reward build, that ring is part of the equipment that you'll want to use. I never find any use for it. I don't really mess with it, but I know some people do. Oh, hold on a second. Started messing with the ring and I forgot that I wanted to point out okay. So from here, from behind the ballista thing, that is the way to proceed to the boss. So you keep going straight ahead, you go into the boss fight. You do not want to do that. This is essential for the boss fight, to come up this tower. If you're looking at the boss door, it's the tower on the right side. You come all the way up to the top here like we just were. And you want to travel down this side. So if you're looking down to our left, that's the way you would head towards the boss door. There's the door to the church. And you got this guy.
What do you want? I am a humble servant. I do not wish to interfere. I won't cause you trouble. I won't.
And he is a massive liar, because he will cause you all kinds of trouble as he continues to heal the boss when you fight it. So you want to take him out. You can see his little glyph disappears. And that will make the boss fight much easier. And picking up that key, that might have been the key that allows you to unlock, I think it's Sage Freight. Alright, so got the item here. And we're going to be adventurous. We're going to go ahead and drop down and grab it. And we're going to drop down again. However, So just to be safe, they give you those Widow's Lotus for a reason. When we drop down, there's going to be an NPC invader. And it's actually a pretty tough invader. The knife that, particular dagger that she uses will cause plague. And if you're too far away, she'll use her crossbow. I believe she has some pretty decent poise. So what you really want to do is try to bait her to get that, to get the crossbow out. You want her to get the crossbow out. You can also do that. So I guess she has trash poise, to be honest. What you want to do is get close enough so she starts running at you. Two-hand your weapon. And start swinging. Got black eye stone, a couple ephemeral eyes, and some chunk of moonlight. Alright. Now that she's out of the way, we're ready for the boss. Okay, I'm gonna go in. Little cutscene. Now, this kind of turns out to be a really stupid boss fight. I think the concept of it is cool. I just don't think it was executed that great. So I take these guys out just so they don't interfere with you. The boss fight will actually not start until you approach her. So you can get rid of all these guys. Pick up some items already. She's not going to do anything until you start to attack her. Her life bar's there, but she won't do anything. Okay, maybe I lied. No, she's not going to do anything. She's going to get hit by that. Don't step on those glyphs. Keep swinging. Okay, now. When you see them all appear, you're like, which one do I go after? What you want to do is you want to look for the blasts that they shoot. That's her. She shoots the big ones. And don't step on the glyphs like an idiot. Okay. Once you hit her, she'll start her disappearing phase. So here she is again. Keep moving around. Alright, so you see the glyphs? I think that's her right there. Nope. Nope. Did you come right back here? Yep, she sure did. And she's down. So, really easy boss. Like I said, it's a cool concept. I guess if you throw in the fact that you don't know about the guy up top who keeps healing her. I think it's... I don't know. I just don't think it was pulled off very well. But whatever. It's easy enough to beat, so I'm not going to complain too much. Now, there's an item behind the altar there. To get that item, you want to hug the wall, go around, go around, go around, and bam, you got the baby's nail. So to proceed, because it looks like a dead end, and we've been pretty much everywhere else, to proceed, you approach the altar, and you get picked up by these lovely creatures. So now we're at the top of the tower, the very top. Run up. Collect our boss soul, the Dial Demon soul. And we are not going to attack this level just yet. So we're going to head back to the Nexus, do our leveling up. And then we'll be ready to move on once again. So go ahead and slot your soul items. And go ahead and pop your boss soul.
Thou seekest soul power, dost thou not? Then touch.
Okay.
Soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
Put one more in endurance.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be
Okay.
mended. So the world might.
So that's where we're at right now,
Art thou done?
because the weapon choice that I'm going to use is coming up. Right. Coming up at the next level. So again, we're bouncing around. But for this one, once we go in here, which is what we're going to tackle next time, we're actually going to stay in here and finish the entire Archstone. We will do that, as I said, next time. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.